After completing the mission, the assassin did not rush to escape. Instead, he deliberately exposed his position. After confirming that the other side had noticed him, he finally stood up and began packing his equipment. The man's code name was Jackal. He was once the ace sniper of the British Special Forces, but now he had become a top-tier hired killer who worked purely for money. Killing targets from thousands of miles away was his specialty, and as for escaping, that was naturally an easy task. It was only after he calmly drove out of the hotel that the police finally arrived with their forces. What they didn't realize was that Jackal had prepared a surprise for them before leaving. While blowing up the hotel to destroy evidence, Jackal also detonated the car he had used. This way, even if the police discovered it, they wouldn't be able to collect any fingerprints or traces. Don't think assassinating a president is really that simple. Jackal had done extensive preparation beforehand, and the most important part was making sure the president would appear at the location he had chosen. To achieve this, Jackal first killed a janitor, then used disguise techniques to make himself look exactly like the man. Only after ensuring that both the appearance and mannerisms were perfect did he limp into the company owned by the president's son. To prevent exposing his identity, he pretended to cough and avoided too much contact with the security guards. In this way, he successfully reached the floor where the president's son was located. After confirming the target, Jackal immediately opened his backpack and began assembling a silenced pistol, but unexpectedly, something still went wrong. Although the gunshot wasn't loud, it still attracted the attention of security. However, there was no need to worry too much. At worst, he would just have to kill a few more people. The president's son fled in panic, but no matter how fast he ran, he couldn't outrun a bullet. Jackal raised his gun and fired a shot, but he didn't take his life directly, because a living person is often more useful than a dead one. After finishing everything, Jackal followed the plan and headed to the rooftop. Seeing the police arrive, he showed no sign of panic at all. He pulled a smoke grenade from his bag and casually threw it into the crowd below that was fleeing in terror. Then he fastened a rope and rappelled downward. His movements were extremely skilled, and in just a few seconds, he successfully reached the ground. Using the smoke as cover, he blended into the crowd, and avoiding the police's sight was no longer difficult. Although this operation was somewhat dangerous, it was the most critical step in assassinating the president. In fact, the target wasn't a real president yet, since he was still in the middle of an election campaign. Even so, his security was extremely tight. Once he learned that his son had been seriously injured as a father, he would definitely come to the hospital to visit him, and this was Jackal's true objective from the very beginning.